Hi, this is Daniel Rowe with TradeThePlan.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add this Divergence Analyst BloodHound signals template into BlackBird to test the automated trade entry capability in BlackBird. So let's go ahead and enable BlackBird. Divergence Analyst, show chart trader, enabled. Okay, so I'll open up the order settings, and before I make any changes to the default template, I'm going to save it as a new name. And since this is the crude oil workspace, and I'm going to load the crude oil BloodHound signals template into it, I'll just name this DACL1. And we'll go from there. To load BloodHound as the entry signal, just click on this signal button, select BloodHound signal, and then click back inside of this cell, this field, and that will open up the settings for BloodHound. Click on this ellipsis to open up the BloodHound user interface, and then File, Open, double click on the Trade the Plan folder, double click on the Divergence Analyst folder, and then double click on CL. So I'm going to load the DACL BloodHound template, BloodHound signals template. Okay, and then click on Logic, and we'll start this first example with the signals logic board. The signals extended logic board is the same as the signals logic board. It's just extended by 5 bars and then waiting for one of the bars typical price to be on the other side, or let's say the trade side, the favorable side of the WMA, the weighted moving average 4 period. We'll test that one next. Okay, then I have to be sure to click OK at the bottom to load it. And there it is. And right, you have to select the entry template from this drop down. Now you could make it to where you select it from the top of the chart, but let's just set it to signals logic board here. And then here you decide whether you want it to draw on the chart or not. And if you do want it to draw on the chart, then you may as well remove BloodHound indicator version. So let me walk you through that real quick. I've got it set to draw, show on the chart, and then I'll save and close, and then press F5 to load BloodHound, and there it is. So the BloodHound that shark indicators will load on the chart will be highlighted this kind of teal color. Alright, I can remove the other one, which is up here, and if you want to save a template for that, you can do that and just, name it whatever. This is what TTP, it's a light colored background chart, DACL. So that way when I add it back, it will have all these same settings. So I can remove it, and then here you see BlackBird as an indicator. Well, that is the BloodHound version that BlackBird loads on the chart. So actually what I could do is make it look identical to what it looked like from the indicator version, and I've got it set as default, but when I send the installers out, I don't include a default for BloodHound in case they change the properties or you have your own default. So I can load this blank one, which doesn't include a BloodHound template, and I'll just copy the colors for the long confidence and the short confidence. Long confidence, short confidence. There we go. And I don't really care to see these lines, so I'll just set those to transparent. Okay, the only thing that I cannot do is put it on the same panel as the Divergence Analyst or the price panel, which would be nice if they would add those properties here, but they don't have them as of yet. I'll just tighten it up a little bit. Now I colored the dividers for the indicators the same as the background chart, which is why you can't see them. The panel splitter, it's exactly the same as the background of the chart. If you wanted to change that, you're welcome to, but I just like having a very nice and neat, clean chart. So just move your cursor back and forth until it turns into that, up-down arrow, and then you can drag, click and drag to tighten it up. I know this is very simple stuff and it probably gets monotonous, but not everybody knows it. I don't want people to get frustrated, as is so easy to get frustrated in trading as it is. And then of course I need to select, and this is just visual for now because I didn't set it to use the drop down logic board selector as the entry. It's fixed to using the signals logic board, but in order to show it, display it properly, I need to go ahead and select that at the top of the chart. Okay, so this is going to enter automatically once I turn auto trading on, and please only do this in sim. This is not meant for automated trading. I know people sell automated systems as if somehow they're going to make money magically over time. We'd all love to believe that. I would too. It takes a lot of effort, skill, and know-how. You're not going to buy one from anybody that you can just flip the switch and make money. Really, discretionary trading is where it's at. You have to become good at trading, isolating good trade setups, and executing according to plan without making mistakes. And you have to really hone your skills to be able to make money consistently in this business. It's not easy, and there is no easy way out. You're not going to buy, a red light, green light system, flip a switch, and just start making money. I know these guys that sell them have hundreds of positive 5-star reviews that say, yeah, I bought this system and I'm making $5,000 a day every day. I don't know why people are want to do that, but they are. They kind of project positivity. I mean, who wants to be negative, right? But I can assure you it's not real. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. How can I assure you? Well, if you've been doing this for any length of time, you don't need me to tell you that. It's blatantly obvious. If I'm wrong, please show me the results. People say all sorts of things to project success. It's just a process, and it takes quite a while to develop the skill set needed to really get good at this. And you can't really fake it till you make it either. It's going to be a struggle.
Order submitted.
And there it is. So the difference between this BloodHound signals logic board and the BloodHound signals extended logic board is this. See that? So it's extending the original signal from 2 or more, it's really 3 or more charts with divergence, or 2 charts with at least triple or double divergence on one of them. Okay, so if it's only 2 charts that have divergence, a regular divergence setup, one of those 2 charts must have double or triple divergence, and that's all. That's all written in the guide. So yeah, this extended one will wait for, it'll take those signals, extend them by 5 bars, and then once a bar closes in favor of the trade, that's when the signal will come through. Okay, and now BlackBird is currently set to calculate on bar close. That's really only for the entry. Everything else is managed, intra bar, unless you have a look back set. Then it will offset 1 bar, which is basically to make the trailing conditions sort of act like they're calculated on bar close. But so let's do this. Let's set BlackBird to calculate on each tick or on price change. It really doesn't matter. Let's just do price change. So now when we get that signal, it will enter it automatically. And this error, every time you change the time in market replay, this error is thrown because the dynamic planner is adding something to the XML of the chart. Try testing without BlackBird in market replay. This error doesn't happen. We've just told Jeremy about it yesterday, so probably by the time you see this will already have been fixed. But it adds some XML to the chart, the actual chart that BlackBird is on, something to do with the dynamic planning drawing objects or something. I'm not sure what it is, but that's what that error is about. So let's run this forward now. We'll slow it down a little bit.
Order submitted.
And there you see it. So that occurred intra-bar rather than at the close of the bar, which is to say at the open of the next bar. Okay, so now let's set BlackBird to, actually let's set it first to calculate on bar close, which is what you'll want to use when you're using the extended signals extended template logic board. All right, okay, so I need to click in this field and then change the drop down to right there, signals extended, and then save and close and set the signals extended logic board for the visual. These little signals, little kind of partial signals, are showing you when you may have one chart that has divergence and one of the trend conditions may be also met for long in this case, but not enough of the signals have come together. So remember, I'm using the additive node in this BloodHound template, and that adds up the signals from those solvers, and once you get above, in this case for longs, 0.8, the signal is allowed to go through and it draws on the chart. So if you wanted to get rid of that, just tighten it up like that. Or, for some reason it doesn't change the color when I change it here. Like if I change it to dark slate blue, it's I guess it's changing it there, but it's not really changing the entire background of the chart. I don't know what's up with that. That seems very strange, but what you can do is set these two numbers to 0, 0, and that'll make those bars transparent. Okay, now we go to 7 o'clock. Wow, and turn it on. Evidently, every time I change replay, it does this. So I'm just not going to worry about it. And if you don't like it, you can just leave BloodHound on the chart. In fact, let's do that. Let's stop this right here. And let's not use BlackBird to draw it. So do not show on the chart. Do not show racing stripes. And I'm going to add BloodHound back. Load that chart template. Right there. Put it in the same panel as Divergence Analyst, which is panel 2, and then reload it. Okay, good. And now let's go back to 7 a.m. And we'll just double check the settings for BlackBird. Yeah, it's set to extended signals, logic board. So I'll set that up here in BloodHound. Okay, turn auto trading on. Let me just double check that this is set to calculate on bar close. Yes, it is. And then turn it on.
Order submitted.
Okay, you see that? At the close of the bar, close of the signal bar, the trade went in because it's set to calculate on bar close. In fact, what I really should have done was also set BloodHound to calculate on bar close when that's set to signals extended. You don't have to, but just to make it, line up visually exactly the same as it does with the BlackBird signal, let's do that. And I'll run it one more time.
Order filled.
Okay, so right now it would be getting signals from this one. See? And then at the close of this bar, I think at the close of this bar, we'll see the signal, and then BlackBird will also send in the entry.
Order submitted.
Yeah, and there we go.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoy it.